Hello. Trying to get my keyboard out of the way. I'm glad to have you here today. And today we're going to talk about branding. And is branding something that you're doing? Is it something that's important to your business? Can it make a difference? There's just a lot of information that I found out about branding that I didn't know before I came online, and that I learned as I went into a mentorship program. And lo and behold, branding, it's not just for Nike, it's not just for, those other big companies out there, where you see the names and games and stuff like that. It's not just for them, but it's also for those of us that are business builders, and what is going to make it or break it. So I wanted to go over a few things today, just, talking about branding, so that you can kind of get in your head what it means, and how important it might be to your business. And so let me go on. And first of all, as you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what you know about branding, or were you aware of branding, as far as doing it for yourself. And um, and then we'll go from there. So as you guys are hopping on, you can do that, and put in any questions, comments, or your opinion that you have. Love to be interactive with you. Great, good to see you, Alexandra, from Florida. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead on, and I'm gonna introduce myself to those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs that want to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, I use lead generation, as well as live video. And I give updated and modern strategies and tips and things that are trending to help you to be able to do the best that you can do, and get results. So like I said, talking about branding, does anyone, have any idea or ever thought about branding? Because, like I said before, I didn't have any idea until I came into this company. And then as I came into this mentorship program, I also still, as I was learning about branding, I still hadn't quite, I had so much stuff going in my head, I just didn't quite get everything. And then as things start to slow down, and you're learning things, your brain makes, new in routes for you to be able to have that information in there. Then it's not confusing anymore, then it starts to become make sense to you, and that kind of thing. So branding is one of the things that I learned first of all about branding was, what do you stand for? What is it that you want people to know about you and be able to look to you for that? And for me, I wanted people to know, and I made a branding statement. That's a part of it too, but not something that I want to go over today. But basically, I wanted people to know that I was there to help business builders and entrepreneurs. And those are the people that we had to make the list of 100, bug family and friends, chase, strangers that we didn't know, to get them interested in what it was that we had, because of course everybody had to have what we had. And so we were talking to everybody and anybody, which basically means we were talking to nobody. But I didn't know any of that back then. I was just doing what I was told by the leaders and my upper level team members. And, that's just kind of how it was going. And I'm looking at my notes here. So when you are building your brand, you want to let people know what you stand for. And that was important to me, to let people know that that was what I wanted to do for them, to help them to be able to get what I wanted to get, which was prospects, leads, and sales. And and I may be changing up on some of that a little bit, just because it's become more important to me that even though that says it, I want people to know that it's not like I'm just out there hunting people down. I want them to know that I am here to help. I am here to help those people that have gone through the stuff that I've gone through. And I just mentioned some of them. And some of them, for a lot of people, have been a strain, a stress, an upset, a frustration, makes some people sick, and I was one of those people. I just didn't like doing it. And it was one of those where I pushed myself because that's what they said I had to do. And I thought, okay, and I fell into the trap of, oh yeah, you'll be able to do this and build your business and you'll be able to, yada yada yada, and you'll be making all of this, legal tender and and having all of this, you in the big cars and the rings and all of that stuff. And though none of that stuff was important to me, the thought of being able to bring more into my household and take better care of my kids and stuff. Yeah, so I bought it and then found out that, it wasn't working out for me, and so then eventually I tried to find something that would. So basically, that was my longer, a roundabout way to say, show people what you stand for, so that they can maybe decide maybe what you stand for is not what they stand for. And so they don't want to, follow you. But then maybe, thank you, Alexandra. I really appreciate it. I'm going to show you a comment here I have from a friend of mine, and she's on today, which is great. So she's saying this is great. So I'm really appreciative of that. So as we go through, doing this, the other thing you want to make sure of is um, what can you help them with? That's one thing that people really want to know, and they want to know that up front. Because if you can't, you know give them something that's going to maybe be able to give them something that is simple and something they can do right away and get some results from, whereas they've been maybe doing this for years and haven't gotten results. So when are doing lives and doing your post and doing your video, you might be able to truly help someone in some of the things that you say. And there's always people out there that are out there for you and you alone. And so when you come and you start talking about what it is that you do and you show people what it is that you do, then, and they see that there might be a solution in what you're saying, then they're, more apt to pay attention, hang around and see what's what, because it's so important for us to be able to show people, yeah, I'm not just, up here blowing smoke. I can really help you with this problem. And, there are lots of other things I can help you with, but let's start here, and give them something so that they can hold on to that and go from there and then decide what they want to do. So branding for me was being able to have a statement that said basically what I do and how I do it, and or what methods I use to do it, and then also being able to solve some of those problems, some of those issues, some of those frustrations and upsets that people have, and be able to show them that I can help you with this. Let's do this, or this is what I've done in the past and this has worked for me and it's worked for many others, so this is what I have for you, and so on and so on. And then they make the decision, well, yeah, I think I would like to try that. And a lot of times I'll just give like a free time with me, to talk to, just kind of get some understanding, get let people know me better. It's important to let people know who you are, and that also goes into your brand. So basically, that is all I had today. I didn't want to keep you really long, but I wanted to make sure that we knew what branding was basically. And it's not, like I said, just not for the commodities out there. It's not for the big business, the Pepsis, the Coke, this and that, whatever companies. And, it's not just for, the clothes and what have you, but we're not commodities. We are business builders, and we each have different things that we're interested in. Like I'm interested in helping people build their business and to build it so that it will have longevity, and giving them information to help them with that. And you know that's one of the main things that I wanna do. It's one of the it's just in my heart. It's been inside me since I went through some of the stuff I went through. And, I will tell you one quick thing, and then I'm gonna go on and get off because I don't wanna keep you on. But I can remember I bought all this stuff that I was supposed to be using, for my company that I was in previously. And I had, street what was it, road signs. I had the glossy, expensive flyers, and I had, like a big old banner, for when I went to, things where, that everybody could come and show their stuff. I had a big old banner and all this stuff. And then, I was going out, so one day I went out with my flyers, and I would go out on Saturdays and Sundays. It was a little bit easier for me because I was still working full time, and I had two young sons. And so I would try to get up and go early so that I could get out there, get that done, and get back home. So I'm at a car, and I'm trying to put this flyer in their driver's side window because that's what I was told I needed to do. So I put it in there, and it dropped down in the car, and I'm like, "Oh gosh, okay." And then I said, "Well, okay, let me just," because I had a bunch in my hand, and so I, tried again. I was like, maybe I stuck it in the wrong way, so I tried again, and it went slipped right down into the like into the person's. Now their window is up, but it's sliding down in between the window and the door. And I'm just like, for some reason I could not stop myself. I kept trying, and I think after the fourth or fifth one, I looked up and saw some people walking in the parking lot coming towards where I was, and I was like, "Okay, let me go. I gotta go." You know? So I went running and, got in my car, and I had already been in the parking lot for a while doing that, sticking stickers, but that was the first one that got me. I mean, it was just so crazy for me to be out there doing that. And I wasn't even getting it to stick, and I'm like, "Gosh, I hope I didn't cause any problem with their car sticking those things in there." So but just, we do what we're told to do because especially when you don't know any different, you listen to the people that are, your leaders, and that are, a part of, that are part of your team, upper level team members, I call them. And because we're not allowed to use certain words, so I have to be careful on what I'm saying. But anyway, I hope this information was helpful for you. I hope that, you're able to think about branding, and we will talk again about branding tomorrow in another respect so that you can have another angle to look at it, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go on and get out of here. I hope that and I'll say this today, if I didn't already say it, you can always, if you have questions, comments, and you're here with me live or you're catching this on the replay, you can always still drop them in the box and I will come back later and check. You can also, if you want to have a conversation with me, we can do that. I'm in Messenger, so you can just message me if you have questions or you want to go deeper on this. So I'm open. That's it. So I'm going to get out of here. Take care. Have a good rest of the day wherever you are. And thank you all for coming. And we'll talk soon. So I'll be here tomorrow. So I go live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 12 noon. So talk soon. Bye now.